Yo, what's going on, guys? Guy in the mirror here, and I just wanted to make this video today because today, or I guess tonight, is gonna be the final school night for me. Alright, tomorrow's my last day of school, last day of senior year. I'm not going to college, so it truly is the last day of school for me. And I don't know, I just wanted to make one more video while I'm still in high school, technically, because after tomorrow, I mean, I guess tomorrow might still count, I don't know, but after, like, in 2 days, right? By that point, I can't really say I'm in high school anymore. I mean, I guess I really could say I'm still in high school because all of the other summers beforehand, the previous summer, I would say I was still a junior. I wouldn't say I was a senior. I would say I'm a junior, because I feel like in order to truly say you're a senior, you would have to be like, you know, like, what are your classes? Who are your teachers? If you really are a senior, who the fuck is your teacher then? Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you can't answer that question, then you're not really a senior. I mean, let's say that I drop out after junior year and I never go to senior year. I can't say that I'm a senior, you know? I made it all the way up to junior year, and then I fucking didn't go to senior year. I'm not a senior. But whatever. I guess afterwards I would still say I'm a senior, but I'm not really in high school anymore. There's no high school or any kind of school to look forward to after that. It's just working. And there's no more today is the last day where it's just going to be, me having to go to sleep early, even though I never go to sleep early. I fuck that shit. I've been doing that shit for like the last 10 years, but it's going to be the last day or the last night where I'm going to have to wake up at 7 in the morning to go to school. I'm never gonna have to do that again. I'm gonna have to wake up in the morning, go to work, probably wake up at like 9 or something, and then eventually later on I'll probably have to start waking up at like fucking 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So that'll be ass. But no more school, no more getting up for school. Which is always like something that's kind of weird because it's like I've never really given a fuck about it, because a lot of the times during this year I've skipped so many times during this year. Like, motherfuckers were talking about senior skip day. I don't give a fuck about senior skip day. Every day is senior skip day for me. Honestly, I don't give a shit. Because I would just wake up and then I would think about it. Like, do I really need to go to school today? Because I would have one day where I had my important classes, like English and math, and then another class where it was not really as important. I mean, realistically, I might actually be able to fail these classes and it might not fucking matter. I mean, maybe it will, I don't know, but I'm most likely thinking it's not going to matter because I have failed other classes in high school. Or I don't know, maybe it was just one class. I don't know. I've definitely failed at least one class throughout high school. And they didn't give a fuck. I still went on to the next grade. It didn't fucking matter. So, yeah, I would always, think about those days when I would have class those days, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't really need to go. And even for the days where I had English and math, I would, even then, like, it's like, bro, come on. It's not that big of a deal. I don't really, I already know I'm not going to college, so I just need to get good enough grades to pass. I don't need to get good grades and besides that, you do all that in junior year, so I've already missed the mark. I already had shitty grades in junior year, so it doesn't even matter if I get good grades now. It's not like I'm gonna, the colleges are gonna change their mind. Oh, we did shit in junior year, sophomore year, and even freshman year, but oh yeah, he picked himself back up in senior year. Even though that's, the easiest thing to do, because you're not really focused on anything else. You're not really doing any other classes. You have the whole day. Bro, I don't know. But yeah, that shit is gonna be weird, though. Just never being a student again. Because I've been doing this shit for 15 years. 15 years of my life. Because you gotta think about, obviously I'm in 12th grade, so there's 12 years of that. But then you got to think about kindergarten, which that's 13, and then preschool, which is 14. And then I did preschool twice, right? So technically I should have graduated last year. I'm kind of at that age where I could have graduated last year. But I'm not too old, where it's I'm a super senior, I'm not 19 or some shit. I'm still 18. I'm still 18 in this motherfucker. I'm still good, right? But what was I trying to say? I don't know. I don't know if yeah, I'm still good. No, yeah, what I was trying to say was that it's been 15 years. Yeah, 15 years of this bullshit. I mean, not bullshit. It was fun. I don't know. I hate when people always say that. Like, oh yeah, finally I'm out of school, you know, like, oh, this sucks. Finally 15 years like out of the bullshit. It wasn't bullshit. It was fun. You know, I used to say that back in elementary school, like the last day of school, I would always be like, "Oh, I'm finally out of prison," or whatever, you know, like say some bullshit like that. But it's like it's fun, you know? It's fun, you make friends, you know? Now I'm not going to do that anymore. You know? Now the friends that I have, the friends that I've made, you know, since I've been in high school, that's it. That's all I got now. There's no going back. There's no going back to high school and making more friends, you know? Like, the friends I gotta, like, just keep them for as long as I can until I can start going to the bars. Because once I start going to the bars, then I can just you can just find any fucking friend, you know? That's chilling. But that's I have to wait until I'm 21. That's a long fucking time that I gotta wait, you know? Like, I'm turning 19 this year, so I guess it would be, like, 2 years, really. But that's still quite a while, you know? Like, friendships, you know, they don't always last that long. You know, 2 years is a long time to ask for, you know, at least a friend group. Maybe not a friendship, because a lot of the people that I've been friends with, you know, well, maybe not a lot, actually. I guess a lot of the friends that I've had throughout my life, I'm not friends with anymore, except for one person. One guy that I was friends with back in elementary school that I'm still friends with today. That is the only person. That is it. But other than that, everybody else that I'm friends with, it was not recently, because a lot of my friends I was friends with, you know, I became friends with them at the beginning of high school. But then there's other friends, you know, that I became friends with, you know, during the middle of high school, you know, and then there's other friends that I was friends with at the beginning, but they kind of, like, you know, went away, or they just kind of, like, stopped hanging out. I just stopped hanging out with them, you know? I don't know. I feel like I'm just yapping right now, but it's weird to look back on that, you know? Like, weird to look back on, not even just high school, because obviously high school is its own thing, and it's a lot more, you know, it's a lot more than just middle school and elementary school, you know? Those are just, like, I don't really know what to describe those as, but, like, this is kind of like you becoming an adult, in a way. High school is, right? You start off not really like an adult, obviously you're still a kid, but, like, you're grown enough to where you could realistically get a job, you know? Like, anybody, right? Anybody could get a job as soon as they start high school. There's no reason why you couldn't, because you'd be 14 at the time. That's the age, right? I'm pretty sure that's the age. Hold on. My neighbors, my fucking neighbors were outside, you know, walking around. I think, like, it's my neighbor's mom, you know, so it's like some fucking grandma. So I don't want to, like, you know, be screaming right now. I closed that window. God damn it, but now I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about, like, school or something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you start off high school, obviously you're still a kid, but you're grown enough to where you can start working. You know, you can start doing adult things like that, you know? And then it just only becomes more, because then that's the start of high school, but then towards the middle of high school, you can actually get a car. You can get your license, you can get a car if you can afford it, you know? And it's just the becoming of an adult, in a way. I don't know what my point is. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I guess, like, what I'm trying to say is that yeah, I don't know. It's weird to look back on high school, yeah, but then it's just also everything else, too. Middle school, elementary school, it's everything, right? Like, when I go away from elementary school, I'm just leaving elementary school. When I go away from middle school, I didn't really care that much, because it was just middle school. Or maybe that was just because that was kind of, like, I didn't really get an 8th grade year, because that was, like, when COVID was going on, so maybe that's why I didn't really care. But I didn't really care that much for middle school. I kind of cared for elementary school, because that was the only school I had been at my whole life up until that point. But middle school, I didn't really give a fuck about. But high school, I really give a fuck about, kind of. Like, I'm kind of acting like I don't to everyone, because it's like, it really doesn't matter. Like, it's just I'm just moving on with life. Now I'm going to do a new thing. You know, if anything, it's a good thing. You know, now I can finally get a real fucking job and make some good money, you know, and then maybe eventually in the next few years I can move out. But it's also like, damn, like, that's my childhood, basically. You know? It's like, it's moments like these, and then, like, moments of, like, when I turn 20, right? When I turn 20, that's kind of like saying goodbye to your childhood, too, because you're no longer a teenager, and it's like, now you just are a grown-ass adult, you know, I would say, kind of. Like, 20, like, that just feels like adult. Like, that's your, you know, your 20s. That's when you're an adult. Your teens, you don't, that's not your adult time. But yeah, man. I don't know. Damn, I'm looking at this gameplay right now. I'm fucking dying a lot. I'm shit at this game, bro. Oh my god. Whatever. It don't matter. I don't know. I haven't played in a while. That's always my excuse. I haven't played the game in a while. God damn, bro. Can I just get good at the game, bro? I know I was fucking screaming right now when I died right there. I know I'm pissed off right now, screaming at the game. Yep, I'm pissed off right there. I just died again. I probably didn't even get a kill right there. I can't, like, fully see it. I can't, like, completely see if I'm getting a kill. I can just see when I die. But yeah, it is kind of a weird feeling. And then my you know, everyone used to always say, like, oh yeah, appreciate these times because it's going to go by fast. High school's going to go by fast. It didn't really feel like it went by fast. My childhood didn't feel like it went by fast. My childhood feels like it's been going on forever. In high school, it didn't feel like, it felt like it went on just as long as it needed to. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe, I don't know, because a lot of the times I'm also like, oh, damn, like, I wish I could just get, like, one more year, you know? Like, I don't want high school to end. But it's like, in reality, like, I feel like this is enough time, you know? I don't think I would want to do another year. I know I keep saying that to everyone, like, oh, I want to do another year, but, like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird to be at this point finally, after 15 years. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say, really. Yeah, that's it. See ya.